Hey guys, I'm here. Welcome back for episode 4 of season 3 of Invincible. In the last episode, Oliver is kinda seemingly maybe quite possibly taking after his father a little too much. He seems to have had no issue with killing the Mauler twins. Again, the first one, one could argue may have been an accident. The second one, having surrendered, definitely was not. And it's almost like, the apology that he gave after the fact almost kind of feels like a little bit like when a kid knows they got in trouble and they're just saying what they need to just try to get out of it. Because like outside of that, he really didn't show a whole lot of remorse until, and I mean, he still didn't even show any remorse, but he didn't really even, it seemed like he was apologizing, but not understanding still why he was in trouble, which is kind of terrifying. To say the least. Obviously, we found out they were still being spied upon, which, in the moment, I didn't recognize the voice. Upon further playback, I do now. And I'm just gonna say that, I also saw that, because of a comment or whatever, and also I saw a screenshot of it online because I saw it float around, was that the subtitles just straight up confirm it. So if you don't recognize the voice outright like I did initially, if you have it with the subtitles on, it tells you flat out who it is. Just in case you didn't know, you don't know. I'm just not going to mention it at this point. So, it is a thing I forgot that I did hear. And this wasn't like from like the grapevine or anything like that. This was like post season 2. In one of my live streams, somebody just popped in and just dumped this knowledge on me. I kind of forgot that even happened. It was one of those pieces of information that kind of, thankfully, at least at the time, kind of went in one ear and out the other. So that happens sometimes, man. Sometimes I'll read something and then I just don't deposit it into the memory banks. But with that all said, I'm excited to see where we go from here, because are we going to dive right into that, or are we going to kind of dance around just some other stuff going on in the world? Who knows? Let's find out. If you want to see the full length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you become a member of the channel, get you access as well. It is a watch-along format, so you will need your own footage to sync up the time codes for actually the entire episode. Over there, get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also get to suggest and vote what movies we react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel, help us do the things we do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. With that all said and out of the way, let's get ready to hop into episode 4. Here we go.
You wanted to come, Rex.
Yeah, but I'd forgotten how boring this is. Come on, let's go get a drink.
We haven't even paid for those yet.
What did you guys do before, back on Teen Team?
I stole Robot's credit card number, and I lived off delivery pizza, ramen noodles,
Are you serious?
and black coffee.
Hey,
I mean, got scurvy once.
that's the... I was gonna say that's the life, but never had scurvy, thankfully. The ramen is all too relatable, though.
Well, my parents had me on an engineered diet since before I could eat solid food. Weird that a girl who could shrink had to watch her weight.
Oof.
Actually gonna make us dinner tonight?
I'm gonna try. Is this a zucchini or a cucumber?
I didn't even get that far.
Basically the same thing, right?
I want to make dinner, Rex. I want to buy groceries, prepare a meal, and then eat it. You can either help, or you can, I don't know, go do something else.
Wants to do it for herself.
Rex.
Parmesan cheese. I like cheese.
I am the cheese master.
Ooh, and milk. All the cow type stuff.
You mean dairy?
I got
Yeah.
it covered.
Oh! Fuck! I was wondering if we were focusing on that bus for a reason, and we were indeed. Dude, it's wild to me that he could just do that with anything. I mean, so can Gambit, but still. Aw, she just wanted to do something normal for a moment, for a change, it seemed like.
It was spying on me. Hey, Rudy, wouldn't this go faster with your undivided attention?
This is about analysis, not attention.
And it is not the only pressing issue on my plate.
Don't do that. It's creepy.
Yes, it is a little creepy.
By the way, we're ordering pizza for dinner.
Oh, wow. After that. Understandable.
Should we just be more normal?
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, Mark.
A whole thing happened. You missed it.
It's of Earth origin, and it's extremely sophisticated.
Significant resources, huh?
Shit, I know that look. Tell me you're not about to do what I think you're about to do.
Oh. Oh. Yes, let's do this. Let's come in fists ablazing, just like this. Oh, yeah, don't need no earpiece if we can line the walls with it.
What are you doing here, Mark? Other than costing taxpayers millions of dollars and assaulting a government institution.
You're spying on us again.
Whatever that thing is, it's not ours.
Don't lie to me, Cecil.
If we wanted to spy on you, you'd never know it.
Yeah, it's not his style, man.
Don't let us keep you.
This is not over.
Well, that was a terrifying way to start my morning.
He probably shit himself. I would have. I mean, it's Cecil. He probably would not have. But yeah, he's not above being afraid, quite clearly. He just...
We are spying on the Graysons.
Yeah, but not with this, Donald.
Wow. He's like, he's right. They wouldn't even know it, because they don't. Interesting. I mean, obviously. Yeah, Mark's not doing a good job not proving him correct that he needs to be doing what he's doing.
Sorry I'm late.
Hi, stranger. I thought you forgot about our second first date.
I was busy committing treason. I'll tell you about it later.
You know, as you do. Casual treason, you know, all that.
But like a date? The weird thing is...
That it isn't weird?
This looks like the same, I mean, maybe it is, maybe it's not. The same place as Father took Debbie that one time.
Please tell me that's not a glowing portal opening up next to our table.
I wish I could say that.
Oh my god, what now? Oh!
It worked! We found him! I told you all that research would pay off.
Also, I didn't catch that was Sholo. I hear it now, though.
You know these jokers?
They stole the Declaration of Independence when I was busy saving Rex.
I'm Dropkick, and that's Fight Master.
Dropkick and Fight Master.
We had a good reason to steal the Declaration. Millions of lives were at stake. They still are. We're from the future.
You have 10 seconds to explain.
You're the only one strong enough.
What are you even
For
talking
what?
about?
Also,
And why
if
is
it's
the
a time machine,
Declaration of
can't you
Independence
later, or-
involved? That's
You
also a
only have enough
very
power for
good
this last
point.
trip.
You could have chosen not to interrupt our date.
You're lucky we're on a date, or I'd be taking you both to prison.
Maybe you're not the hero we thought you were.
Guess not.
Oof.
Are you sure about this?
I'm not ruining our date just because...
Oh! Well, they just made an executive decision there to take him with them.
Take me back now.
But you're already here. We'll prove we're the good guys. And if you help us, we'll give you back the Declaration of Independence.
Why'd they take it to begin with? This doesn't look very good.
Wow. You just have that on all the time?
Where can I stash my clothes? Hey,
What the fuck?
why'd I look so miserable?
With time travel, it's best not to ask those kind of questions.
It's like, here, I'll take your clothes.
They think we're the king's spies. They can't break curfew.
The king.
You're allowed to go out to your work camp or attend a public execution, if it's a family member. But that's about it.
Wow, what the hell?
Centuries ago, the planet was on the brink of collapse. Then one man was made ruler of Earth. He ruled well for a while. The legends say his brain worked better back then. Then something changed.
The Fire Nation attacked?
It was before our time. And slowly, he went mad.
What the hell?
Automatic factories churning out his royal guards, entire nations punished and forced to survive without power or technology.
It's not an evil robot, is it? Who the hell could it... Who is this? I didn't recognize the,
That's when the rebellion was born.
whatchamacallit.
Stop him, but
The silhouette, that's the word. Oh! Oh! Okay, never mind. I'll take that back real quick right there.
There was a legend that ink from the Declaration of Independence could make a poison to kill him. But that didn't work either.
Yeah, that sounds like straight BS.
So, your king is super strong, almost impossible to kill, and has ruled for hundreds of years?
Yes.
I swear to God, if it's a
Is
mark.
he a Viltrumite?
We don't know what that is.
Okay, how can I help?
Interesting. Because this is another time, but does that equate to time? Another timeline, like alternate? I mean, I guess so. I mean, if we change it, it is. I don't know. I don't know how it works in this series all that well.
Subject to immediate imprisonment and/or execution.
These are normal robots, right?
They're the royal guard. There's millions of them. They enforce the king's madness on the people. But before you...
I like how he made sure before he starts destroying these things. The suit's slowly growing on me.
We don't need you to fight them. We actually want to be captured.
Oh, well, you should have said that.
Yeah, that was not obvious.
Invincible.
Oh, they know who... Oh. Well, they know who he is, and they've been waiting for him. Lovely!
You will see the king now.
What's gonna happen to them?
Execution.
Stop the king! We can take care of ourselves. Just go!
This is wild and just well, not out of nowhere, because we did see them in the Declaration and all that earlier, but like it did just feel so out of left field at the moment. But that's a lot of the shit he gets himself just sucked into. All right, who is this?
Okay, asshole. Whoever you are, it's over.
Oh! Okay, that makes sense. The Immortal.
Immortal?
Only one man alive knows me by that name. Is it really you? Thank God. Been so many years since you left with your family. I wasn't sure I'd recognize you.
What the fuck?
You look thin, weak. Have you been sick again? I thought they found a cure for you.
This isn't about me.
A cure for what? Maybe that's some intel we could use. Don't need no heart disease. Don't need Trunks coming in to give us some vials and shit.
What are you talking about?
I'm not a Viltrumite! You're the Emperor! You should have known it was too much for me! Especially after so long!
What the fuck?
All of this is your fault! I didn't want the responsibility!
Immortal. I know you. That's not who you are.
The man you remember is dead.
Is this about Kate? Did she die?
I don't know that name.
You just got engaged. In the past, I mean.
Oh, this is okay. This is.
I've outlived everyone I've ever loved.
He doesn't even remember any of it at this point.
What that does to a man century after century after century.
But
of course
I mean,
you
he
don't.
will.
You need to repay the debt you owe me. That's why I set all this in motion.
Wait, what?
End my torment.
Oh, does he just want him to kill him?
I can't stay here, and I'm not cut out to run the planet.
That's not what I meant.
Wow, we have to be in an alternate timeline, like not our future or foreseeable future. Like there has to be whole other events that are out of whack in this time. That's just my guess. Maybe not, but I don't know, man. I guess you never know. I mean, to be fair, every future is just a potential possibility. But again, depends on how all that works here.
Kill me.
What?
There it is.
Maybe the me that you know would kill you, but I don't do that.
You left me here. How many more must die because of your mistakes?
That's still you! Take some responsibility for yourself, man! I said this guy lost his marbles. He definitely did.
Whether you want to or not, or you and so many more will die.
Just throw your
yourself into the sun or something.
Suicide is a coward's escape.
Oh my god.
We were friends once. Do this for me.
It's working. Shut up.
I'll prove to you who I've become.
Oh. Whoo! He's gonna force his hand.
What kind of man lets others die because he won't act? This. Please.
Enough.
Oh! Holy shit. Well, I guess now we know why he was solemn when he came through that portal the last time.
He hurt a lot of people.
He's dead, okay? Just shut up.
Damn.
His reign is over. Authority is now transferred to the people.
Wow. Just like that.
Look, I know you're not happy, but you saved our world.
Just take me home.
I think I don't know. See, the first time was an accident. This time,
One more thing you need to do.
yo.
What? Where can I stash my clothes? Hey.
And now he can change and leave. That's hilarious. But now, I don't know what this is gonna do to him, man.
What happened there?
I saw the immortal. He'd lived too long. He killed people, enslaved the entire planet. I had to stop him.
Basically kind of had to put him down.
Well, the future version of you isn't you either. Whatever that was, it wasn't our future. Not anymore, at least.
Yeah.
I know that doesn't solve this, but we will get through it together. And if you ever turn into a giant world-conquering dick, I will kick your ass until you're back in line, okay?
Hell yeah.
We should get out of here.
Ugh, I ruined another first date.
You didn't do shit.
Is that what I think it is?
Yeah. We'll need to stop in New York.
I think you mean Washington, D.C.
Good job, Mark. Oh, really? Like that? Cute. It's wild when you can just go wherever in the world you want, whenever you want, just like that.
This is dumb and way too soon, but I love you.
Aww.
I don't know if it's dumb or not, but I love you too.
It's adorable, man. We still have a hefty bit about the episode left. Those were kind of expensive.
We once again turn our attention elsewhere.
Ooh, maybe we're gonna have a longer little...
These shackles cannot hold him, but still he waits, because Alan the alien has a plan.
Goodbye, my friend.
Alan the alien, locked down, but not out.
Lovely.
Nolan said something that gave him an inkling all hope was not yet lost.
I think I miss my wife.
Interrupted periodically by his captor's attempts to execute him.
Oh! Damn. So they went through multiple attempts. That's hilarious.
You need to leave. Soon my executioners will arrive. They aren't like these others. They're Viltrumites. They will kill you.
Why are they using non-Viltrumites anyway?
With you on our side, we can win this war. I'm not on anyone's side. I disgraced my people. I betrayed my family. Oh my God, this again. I abandoned my sons. Forget your people, unbetray your family, and help me, Mark, and whatever that other kid's name is, stop the Empire. No. Oh, come on!
God!
You abandon your mission to subjugate Earth, but that is only one of your many crimes. Desertion. Murder.
Oh my goodness. So is his execution just being pummeled to death?
Let the ritual continue.
May you die with more dignity than you lived.
Guess so.
I thought I'd have more time.
Why should I have all the fun?
Oh, oh, jailbreak. Oh God, what was it? What is that little guy? Oh, well, that was mildly short-lived. Some of them are still going, though.
Get it out! We can do this! Go! Go!
Alan, focus! Eyes on the prize. This was a distraction so you could do what you were gonna do. Go do what you were gonna do!
Who possesses
the
courage to dare free?
Yo! I was wondering why he was in the preview. So he got himself captured at some point.
Will there be opponents worthy of my strength?
I guess.
Viltrumites?
Oh man, yes.
How many?
I don't know.
There's like 3, but one's a pal, so hands off him. But the other 2, they're fair game.
Fair game. This term pleases me.
Wow, what a turn of events this is.
Yes, check it out.
Yo, let's go.
Was your betrayal worth death?
Answer me!
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You'll never understand.
Whoa.
Come on, he's this way.
You promised me Viltrumites.
We're getting to them.
Almost there. I could have sworn this was the execution room.
So we went the wrong way this entire time. Lovely. Follow the vibrations. Yo, yes.
Sorry we're late. Did you guys do this? That's not very nice.
You should have listened to him. Viltrumites. At long last, my thirst for battle can be satiated.
Alan's expressions. I hope he doesn't immediately get slaughtered. Okay, good. I mean, they did catch him, which is one thing. Oh, they're a little tougher than his last batch. Oh. Nolan?
Oh, sorry I ruined your execution, Nolan. Looks like I'm going first.
He didn't care about himself, but he didn't want anyone else to go. He really has let this affect him. Damn. Oh, that was nice.
I knew you had it in you. Shit, I hate these guys.
It's just a mild inconvenience. Oh, wow.
Do you think battle beasts can survive in space? Probably, right? What?
He's like, what do you mean? We know both of them can. Oh! He seems to be doing okay. Oh! Hot damn.
You see that other Viltrumite, or,
Yeah, where the hell did they go?
maybe he bailed? But then, what happened to that Viltrumite?
They are still at it into the dark abyss of space.
Yes,
I did, all thanks to you, buddy. Getting in there, saving my life. Way to
Oh,
go, man.
Wait, was he faking it to get him to...
Yeah, let him work me over a little more than I had to. He could have killed you. Oh, I know.
Wow.
But, you needed the motivation.
That's great.
But if you don't want to betray your people, even though they are psychopathic murderers, I get it. I just didn't want to watch you die. Why? We did time together in the big house. That makes us friends now.
Aww.
No Viltrumite would do such a thing for another.
But you did.
Apparently, just now, because you did. No reinforcements are coming.
I mean, there was definitely time for the prison to make a distress call back to Viltrum HQ.
They'll know what happened, but they won't come. They can't.
What?
There are fewer than 50 pure-blooded Viltrumites left in the universe. This is the Empire's most closely guarded secret.
Oh.
It's also why we can beat them.
Oh. So their biggest strength right now is their fear and these targeted, precise strikes. So losing these two, they wouldn't risk more trying to take out something that just took them out. Interesting. That is great intel. This is much more winnable than we thought. At this rate.
Mark? Are you home?
Yeah, no.
Hey, Mom.
Smooth.
I thought I heard something. Why is your door locked?
I'm not dressed.
Is she gone?
What was that?
We gotta get our own place.
Yes, you do. Cute. Well, look at all of that. We had a little time travel excursion as our twins came in and swooped Mark up. I love that they were like, the whole Declaration of Independence thing just boiled down to a half-assed rumor they heard in the future. I mean, by that point, I guess they were just desperate. Rumors had spread, you know, and all these other things like, oh, we heard tell that the ink from the Declaration of Independence could kill him. Clearly it didn't work. So then they after their last little tussle, they saw how strong Mark was, especially when dealing with the multi-Paul and his whole like brigade, and decided, okay, well, maybe we could recruit him, bringing him to the future. Only to learn that, I guess Mark at some point in this history had decided to leave Earth, I guess with his family, and leave the Immortal in charge. Which implies that maybe Mark was in charge here. Lots of questions about all of that. And the point is, I feel like we shouldn't be questioned so much. And I'm going to do my best to just kind of let it be. However much time has passed between when that handoff happened, the Immortal has just gone more and more and more and more senile. Like the longer he's lived, the more he's forgotten, the more kind of detached from reality he is. And he just wants to die. But he was given this charge in this position, and he feels like it would be this slight or dishonor to remove himself from the equation or to just step down. A king can't quit. So like he did all of this in an attempt, I guess, to draw him here and make him execute him. Because he wasn't going to do it himself, so he was hoping at least that it would bring Mark back around so that he would end his torment. And end it he did in the end. As reluctant as he was throughout all of this, you know, he dragged it out as much as he could, but he pushed him. And now we have a situation, especially after all of the Oliver stuff, and I'm really interested to see how they're going to continue exploring all of this. Because the whole idea, too, is that our Mark in the multiverse has been the only one that has turned out at least decent. Didn't side with his father and all this other kind of stuff. But now we're like seeing him kind of like play in these gray areas where he's really not sure what to do. Oliver's pushing him one direction or another. It's like showing him another side of all of this as well. You know, he is getting more wrathful as we go through all of this as well. Like, immediately jumping the gun and thinking that this orb was Cecil spying on them again. And again, proving why Cecil has these contingencies, just coming in here and threatening him left and right just on a whim because of all of this. And while he is being spied on by them, like he said, it was like, if it was us, you wouldn't find out. This isn't us. We are spying on them, but this isn't our shit. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, Mark is struggling with his identity, all after Angstrom too, because, you know, that was an accident. He didn't know his limits. He overestimated Angstrom's limits. This time, though, he conceded and did the deed because he couldn't figure out another way out of this situation that he was in. And then there's also the justification of he also wanted it, but then he's also wrestling with the fact that, well, because he won it doesn't mean that makes it okay. So now he's just like, but I still did it. And yeah, so he's very, very, very conflicted, walking on a tightrope right now. And thankfully, he can come back here, and Eve is helping ground him. And she's like, hey, if you become an asshole, don't worry, I'll put you in your place. And if it happens to me, I expect you to do the same. It's one thing to kind of put their safety in the hands of somebody like Cecil, who, again, has this impossible job as this non-powered person trying to protect all the non-powered people of the world against these demigods. You know, he's got an impossible thing to kind of do. And he's doing the best that he can. However you feel about his means, like, I understand what he's doing, and I can't really disagree with what he's doing. Maybe the way that he handles certain situations, because I do think that he exacerbated the conflict between him and Mark unnecessarily. I mean, I feel like if you're afraid of a bean, the last thing you want to do is poke that bear in the way that he did. But I don't know. Mark, though, is also, understandandably, just really, really, he's just like being pulled in multiple different directions right now with this, just the heavy burden of being like the most powerful person on this planet. You know, being a father, a brother, all these other things, and then also having to question his own sensibilities, self, and moral compass and all this stuff. And he's just like, he's so adrift almost. And the only thing kind of anchoring him is his mother and now Eve. So I'm really interested to see how all this is going to go, especially him yet again flirting with another timeline where he made other decisions, a version of him made other decisions, and then, yeah, so, like, I don't know. Then we spent the last quarter of this episode cutting away from all of that to give us a nice little episode with Alan the alien, kind of recapping everything that we saw previously, catches up all of his story, and then finally initiating the breakout. You know, Nolan going to his execution. You know, he finally healed up, and it was time. His executioners arrived. During that point, Al was like, all right, now's my move. He was waiting for the right moment, and he found it. Found Battle Beast. Battle Cat is He-Man. Found him, because I saw him in the preview, and I was like, he hasn't come up yet, and I'm wondering why we saw that. But yeah, I guess he had gotten captured at some point. We know he absolutely whooped Mark's ass the first time they had their encounter. But I guess he got in over his head, maybe took on one too many Viltrumites, got himself locked up. And then Alan freed him, and then they, you know, kind of tore their way through this place until they finally made their way to Nolan's chamber. Nolan, again, we're seeing more of that growth, more and all that. The fact that he's so ashamed of himself for multiple reasons, for what he did on Earth, but also the fact that he, not only did he betray his family on Earth, he betrayed his people. So he's betrayed like literally anything and everything he's ever known or identified as himself. So he very much so feels like he deserves death. But when Alan, which was funny, to realize that in the moment there, that he was kind of letting that fight, he was kind of throwing that fight in that moment to kind of see what Nolan would do. And Nolan, you know, he was like, he didn't want to see him go. He was perfectly fine letting his life be thrown away, but the moment Alan's was on the line, he didn't want to watch his friend die, and he even called him as such in this episode. You know, Nolan wrestling with these emotions that he, you know, that Earth and humanity kind of, you know, brought out in him, because, you know, we know that he was a very different person when he landed there, but through Debbie, through Mark, he did kind of catch those emotions, catch those feelings and stuff like that. As much as he tried to hide it, bury it, and exercise them. He just never really could. That's why he, in frustration, left Mark the way he did in the side of that mountain, and he couldn't go through with it. You know, so much of that had seeped into his being that he couldn't, it overrode his Viltrumite DNA as much as he could. The people he didn't care about, he did what he did. And I don't think he had a whole lot of an issue doing that, but when it came down to his son, to the betrayal of his family, all these things that he did care about that are personal to him, that became a little bit more connected to his soul than he anticipated, it definitely left him completely rattled. And now there's all these other things. Alan's in the mix, and he cares about life. You know, even back on the planet where Oliver was born, like he was their protector. He's like, they're weak. They can't do this for themselves. And he actually wanted to protect them as much as he could and tried. So it's interesting to watch his character develop as he's learning to understand his feelings, understand his emotions, and caring about people and learning empathy. And then seeing how, you know, once they did kind of handle the Viltrumite they got, he was like, hey, yeah, sure. They might send for, you know, they might send out a distress call and let them know what happens. I'm sure the Empire is going to know, but they're not going to send anybody out here. And he drops the big old bomb that there's less than, what did he say? There's less than 50 full-blooded Viltrumites left in the universe. That's their most closely guarded secret. I guess that's why they send them out in these little small groups, to not tell their total numbers or anything like that, but also not to weaken their core. So they only send them out in these small little groups, and they, I would assume they hoard the rest wherever they're based and stationed at, just for protection and whatnot. So like, it's really, yeah, so that's wild. And that's likely a result of their own culling that they did to become as strong as they were through that, you know, those death matches and stuff, culling of the weak and all that, like whittling their race down until it was only the strongest. In the end, that worked for a time, but now that it's pushing all these other species, planets, and all these stuff to kind of find new ways to push back against them, you know, now they're having to be a little more tactile in the way that they approach everything. That'll be an interesting nugget of information if that makes its way back to Earth. And where are they going to go now? Are they going to go back to Earth? And what's Earth's response going to be when Nolan shows up? I'm excited to see how that's going to go. That's going to be an interesting day, but I'm excited to see where they go with this. This was kind of a nice little like transitionary episode after everything that happened, as we're kind of catching up on all these different things, getting kind of our players into these positions to kind of, you know, move forward with everything else that's going on. So yeah, really like this one. Anyway, guys, what do you think? How do you feel? Sound off the comments. Let me know your thoughts down below. We're carrying the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already. Remember, if you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon, or if you come to channel, get you access as well. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out our channel legends: Manny Share, Your Course God, Rubber Aguione, Jeffrey L, Jake Cottrell, Eric Official, Casey Wood, Russell Crockett, and Watchtower. Thank you guys so much for continued support, and everybody who's been supporting the channel along the way. But that's it for this video, guys, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.